International Committee of the Red Cross, or ICRC, receives contribution for Syria in support of independent and humanitarian assistance to people affected by the armed conflict. Belgium has contributed 2 million euros. The funds will be used primarily to protect civilians, improve living conditions for at-risk communities, and bolster healthcare services. In partnership with the Syrian Arab Red Crescent, or SARC, Red Cross personnel have been distributing food, raising awareness about COVID-19, restoring water services, and administering first aid. The government of Belgium is a Shining World Leadership Award for Animal Protection Laureate. Our heartfelt gratitude, Belgium, the International Committee of the Red Cross, and Syrian Arab Red Crescent for your compassion toward our brothers and sisters in need. In Allah's immeasurable kindness, may all Syrian citizens regain stability and prosperity.
World Health Organization, or WHO, calls for epidemic preparedness. WHO's Director General, the Honorable Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, recently observed that the way most people are dealing with COVID-19 is dangerously short-sighted because they are not addressing the root causes. He said that unless we recognize the close connections between animal welfare and human health, and if we do not curb climate change, the future will bring more deadly diseases that we will not be prepared for. The UN Health Chief stated that by learning lessons from the current pandemic and investing in public health, we can ensure that our children and their children inherit a safer, more resilient, and more sustainable world. Thank you, Dr. Tedros, for your insightful advice to humanity. In the guidance of the Providence, we pray for a rapid global transition to compassionate, plant-based living that will bring lasting peace to the planet.
Korean firm shifts emphasis to sustainability and the international market. CJ Cheiljedang, the country's leading food and biotech business, is preparing to mass-produce plastic items using polyhydroxyalkanoate, or PHA. It is the only synthetic organic polymer that is 100% biodegradable, and only a few companies in the world have the know-how and equipment to produce it. CJ Cheiljedang will add a PHA line to its biotechnology plant in Pasuruan, Indonesia, with an annual capacity of 5,000 tons. Global enterprises interested in replacing petrochemical products with eco-friendly alternatives have already placed orders that exceed the factory's first-year output. Congratulations, CJ Cheiljedang, on your smart move. In Heaven's upliftment, we anticipate the mainstream use of biodegradable plastics and the reappearance of a pristine environment.
New medical technology gives injured musician an unimagined opportunity. João Carlos Martins, an acclaimed Brazilian classical pianist, lost the use of his fingers more than 2 decades ago. The maestro thought he would never perform again. But a benevolent industrial designer named Ubiratan Pizarro Costa took inspiration from the spring suspension system in Formula One race cars and created a pair of exoskeletal gloves that enable the artist's fingers to extend and retract responsively. Making music once more is a dream come true for Mr. Martins, who told international news agency Reuters. To be able to use all 10 fingers again more than 20 years later is a miracle for me at the age of 80. God bless you, Mr. Costa, for inventing the magical gloves, and 3 cheers, Mr. Martins. May your talent shine again for many to enjoy in celestial radiance.
Youngster enters burning building to rescue toddler. Chris and Nicole Davidson of Tennessee, USA were awakened in the middle of the night by the smell of smoke and realized their house was on fire. While Chris grabbed an extinguisher, Nicole rushed to gather their children. She got 7-year-old Eli and his younger brother, but flames blocked the path to her baby girl's bedroom. Once outside, Chris broke the window to his daughter's room and lifted Eli up so he could climb in and rescue his little sister. As reported later by ABC 7 Chicago Television News, the courageous lad said of the experience, It's okay to be scared, but you're brave inside and you can do it when you want to. Way to go, Eli, on your act of heroism. We pray to God to bless you and your family with comfort, safety, and many precious moments together. Supreme Master Ching Hai joyfully present the Shining World Hero Award to Eli Davidson with lots of love and praises plus $10,000 just in case needed in time of trouble while recovering from the family's property loss. May you and yours be blessed to heal soon from this traumatic tragedy. In God's love.
Scandinavian company announces launch of vegan tuna. Hooked Foods has a vision of producing seafood alternatives that have nutrient profiles similar to those of fish but are devoid of microplastics, toxic chemicals, and heavy metals. The Swedish startup is a graduate of the ProVeg Incubator program, which provides mentoring, marketing know-how, and seed money. Starting in spring 2021, Hooked Foods will introduce its vegan tuna product to restaurant chains across Sweden as a prelude to expanding into other countries. The main ingredients in the fish substitutes are sustainably grown soybeans, seaweed, sunflower oil, and algae, a source of omega-3 fatty acids. The fledgling outfit is also working on plant-based versions of salmon, calamari, and shrimp. Well done, Hooked Foods. May your fascinating innovations become favorites of all the people who try them in heavenly delight.
Townspeople elect Puppy to be their new leader. A young French bulldog named Wilbur won a landslide victory in Rabbit Hash, Kentucky, USA, receiving 57% of the votes. The small Ohio River community has opted for canine mayors since 1998 as a way to raise money for its historical society. Voters may submit the name of their favorite doggy candidate each time they contribute $1. Wilbur's winning campaign resulted in donations totaling $13,143, the highest amount in the history of the elections. A beagle named Jack Rabbit and a golden retriever named Puppy placed second and third respectively and will serve as ambassadors for the town. We celebrate your victory, Mayor Wilbur. In divine goodness, your good-natured election tradition reminds us to have fun in life and also to cherish our endearing dog companions.